Ignite, sparked by BBB, where conversations are taking place to change the future.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BBB Sharing. This is Joshua, and I have Dylan here today with Window World. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Good, good. Is it Window World of Richmond? Window World of... I saw Richmond and Fredericksburg. Are they two different things?
Yeah, it's two different things. I'm with Window World of Richmond.
Nice. Okay. So tell me a little bit. What do you do?
I'm the general manager for Window World of Richmond. Man of many tasks, I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you that. Man, day to day is kind of making sure everybody gets out, has everything they need. Jobs are going smooth. We're collecting money. Everything's good on that end. Making sure the office staff is doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
Just making sure that everything's flowing.
Many hats.
Yeah.
How is it managing people?
Oh man. Well, this is the first time I ever had to manage people. So
Mm-hmm.
it took a minute for me to really understand how to read people and the way that they act, the things that they do, and put them in the place where they can be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good for the company.
That's good. How did you kind of overcome those barriers of trying to figure out who people are and helping them kind of move towards the goal?
Really, just talking to them, watching how they work, um, what they're proficient in, what they're not so good at, and just kind of putting them in the place that would be most beneficial for them and Window Road Richmond. So,
Yeah. I remember because I worked for my father for a majority of my life, and I think some traits of being a control freak when came to me. So it took me a minute to realize that, like, it's not always going to work out. It's figuring out how to work around those fires, or at least having to work with people. Like it's not all about like you do this. It's more along the lines of like how can we kind of come to like meet in the middle and figure this out together.
right, yeah,
But
yeah, it's a lot of that. Just kind of trial and error too. It's plug a person here, see if they're good at it. If not, okay, let's try this. Seems like you're doing well with these tasks, not so well here. So let's see if this works, and then you go from there until they find their spot.
yeah. Do you find a specific type of personality with window people?
Very open. I mean, I guess that's the construction industry in a whole, though. It's
Yeah.
kind of like it's the wild, wild west.
That makes sense. I know sometimes you'll go to like a car mechanic place or like any type of like detailing. You kind of get certain people, which is interesting how people are kind of attracted towards certain specific jobs or things kind of call to them differently.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
you guys do strictly residential or is it just commercial?
Yeah, strictly residential. And we do a bunch of different things. It's not just windows. We do windows, doors, siding, roofing, gutters, porch railings. I mean,
Oh, so
pretty
you're
much.
window and everything world. You're
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Okay.
we cover a lot of pretty much anything on the exterior of a home we could probably do it. So,
Okay. What kind of brought you into this?
I mean, honestly, I just needed a better job. I
Mhm.
was working, I was doing site work, like site work for big construction, um, grading, using machines, bulldozers, excavators, all that. And, just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy being in a hole laying pipe for 12 hours a day. That was no fun. So
That makes sense.
I wanted to kind of stay in the construction industry, and had a buddy of mine that was doing some marketing work for Window World, and
Mhm.
he put me on. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was worked out perfect. Started at the bottom, worked my way up to
Tell
the
what you
top.
needed to be.
Yeah,
Awesome. No, I'm glad to hear that. Did you grow up in this area, Gotcha.
yeah. I'm from a place most people don't know here. It's called, the county is King and Queen County.
I've I've heard of them. I don't know where they are though.
It's way out east. It's
Okay.
close to the northern neck.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever thought of moving somewhere else, or do you like it here?
Yeah, I like Virginia. Um, the way things are going right now, probably
Mhm.
gonna stay here for a while, but the opportunity arose, I would probably move to like Arizona, somewhere
Arizona.
out there. I love Arizona for some reason.
I think anywhere usually, I don't know, Midwest is always really nice. I feel like, but everyone wants to go to the Midwest.
Right,
So it's like,
exactly.
why do I want to pick that? Yeah.
Yeah, liked Arizona. We went out there just 4 years ago, I think. Went out there on a company trip and I just fell in love with it. Just the landscape and just really, there's no grass out there. You don't have to cut grass. Pretty simple, but it was a beautiful area. So it was Phoenix, I think we were in. So
Mhm.
yeah, pretty nice.
I used to go to Phoenix to see my grandpa when we were over there, and it was very interesting. Maybe it was just me as a kid. It did feel a little bit like a different planet because I'm used to Virginia and I'm used to the greenery
Yeah,
and the different types of bushes and stuff. But
yeah.
it's really cool.
Arizona has, it feels like very little growth going on out there when it comes to plants.
Mhm.
There's just a couple of bushes, some cactuses, and a lot of wild animals.
Just got the mountain or the canyons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
It was pretty. I enjoyed it.
no, I'm glad. I think Colorado is probably where I'm going to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
really
love
cool.
Colorado
Yeah,
too. Beautiful out there, man.
love it.
Yeah, we went to Leadville a couple of years ago, which is one of the highest elevated cities in America, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But it was awesome. I mean, just tons of old history out there, a lot of
Mhm.
old silver mines. It was a good time.
Do you see any area in like the US where maybe like infrastructure is starting to like increase and like your services are needed more
Here,
anywhere?
honestly, I'm not 100% sure because I don't really pay attention to much of what's going on outside of Virginia, or
Hmm.
really outside of our territory, because I want to say there's 6 or 7 different window worlds in Virginia. So
Oh, really?
yeah, there's quite a few. So we have our own territory. So we hyper focus on that territory. And so I really just don't pay attention to much of what's going on in other states.
No, no, that's fair. Did you are you part of the hiring process? I'm trying to remember which.
I am.
So, what do you see when it comes to just kind of that? Like, are you in need of something specifically? What are people kind of exuding when they want to work with you?
Hmm. So that's a good question.
And I'm also, sorry, I don't want to break your train of thought, but also like, what do you need as well that you
So,
don't see that much?
I mean, what we need that we don't see too much of is somebody who wants to work hard. I mean, we're running into a lot of people who are working, 2 or 3 different jobs a year and just no stability, no drive. And it's kind of hard to hire somebody when you're looking for someone who wants to build with you and they have no intention of doing that. They just
Mm,
need a job,
yeah.
not a career. Because really, I mean, it's been kind of taught to us ever since I got to Window World. This is a career, not a job.
Mhm.
So when you view it that way, it's different. It's like, okay, I can either be here and do this, or I can take this somewhere else and use it in my life as well. In case things don't go well here, I can take the skills and the knowledge that I learned here and use it in other aspects of my life.
100%. I truly believe there's a connection to everything if you look at it the right way.
Yeah,
So anything can be applied to anything, honestly.
for sure.
I would when oh, what was I gonna say? The what you guys do when it comes to hiring people, I definitely agree with the drive 100%. I would say it's really along the lines as well, like if there's anything that you guys have to kind of switch that perspective of like this isn't just, a job that you can just pay rent and then move on to the next thing. Do you have any specific type of not really programs, but a kind of like mentality or something to help that shift in their brain?
Really, what we push in interviews is how open we are. Because really, in the world of Richmond, I mean, we're so tight. It's like family.
Awesome.
So we're like brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
There's good days, there's bad days. We argue, we make up, but at the end of the day, we're always talking about it. We're making sure everybody's on the same page. So we like to push that and be like, hey, look, this isn't just a normal job. When you come here, we treat you like family.
Hmm.
We're gonna have disagreements, but in the long run, we're gonna talk it out. We're gonna make sure everybody's on the same page. We're gonna make sure everything's running efficiently and everything will be fine. So we kind of really push that one.
Awesome. Well, it's definitely nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We'll talk a little bit more, but is there anything else that you wanted to say before we head out?
No, I appreciate the time.
Yeah, well, it's nice to meet you. Everyone who's listening, go ahead and check us out on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and look out for the next episode. You guys enjoy your day.
Ignite, sparked by BBB, where conversations are taking place to change the future.